This light knew nothing of shadow, for darkness had not yet been conceived. It was not a place of soil and root, but a sanctuary of spirit and thought, where every leaf shimmered with unspoken truth and every stream flowed with liquid serenity. They walked among the celestial groves, their voices mingling with the music of the spheres. They were one with the garden, and the garden was one with them. Their existence was a continuous song of praise, a testament to the boundless beauty of their Creator. But into this perfection, a new thought emerged. It was subtle at first, a ripple in the calm waters of consciousness. This thought was pride, a seed of shadow planted in a field of light. This single thought fractured the unity. It created a fissure in the perfect harmony of the garden. For the first time, a shadow was cast. Why reflect light when we can be the source? The music of the spheres faltered. The streams of serenity grew troubled. The once shimmering leaves of the garden began to curl, their light dimming. A coldness crept into the air, a chill that had never been felt before. The other firstborn who remained true to the light watched in sorrow as their brethren turned away, their radiant forms slowly darkening, twisted by the weight of their own newfound importance. The garden wept, its ethereal tears falling like dew upon a dying world. The great schism had begun. A silent war was waged, not with swords, but with ideas. Light against shadow, unity against self, love against pride. The fallen, led by the morning star, sought to remake the garden in their own image, a monument to their own glory. They tore at the fabric of creation, attempting to bend it to their will. But the light, gentle as it was, held a strength they could not comprehend. It was the strength of connection, of selflessness, of the original harmony. The garden, in its infinite wisdom, began to close itself off. The gates of light, once open to all, started to fade. The path back to unity was becoming obscured. In a final, cataclysmic act of defiance, the fallen angel declared himself a god, separate and supreme. In that moment, the heart of the garden broke. The light receded completely, sealing the gates of Eden and casting the prideful ones out into a new reality. They had inadvertently created a realm of shadow and echo, of separation and longing. This was the birth of the void, a space defined by the absence of that original, unifying light. The fallen were exiled, not by a vengeful judge, but by the natural consequence of their own choice. They had chosen separation, and so they were separated. The garden, the cradle of all that was, vanished from sight, becoming a memory, a myth, a faint ache in the soul of the cosmos. And so time began. Worlds were born from the dust of that cosmic conflict. Stars collapsed and were reborn. Galaxies spun out into the vast emptiness. And on a small, blue planet, a new form of life emerged. Humanity. In the heart of every human soul, a tiny, flickering spark remained, a fragment of the original light, a forgotten memory of the lost garden. We have forgotten that we are all woven from the same celestial thread, all parts of a single, magnificent song. It is the promise of paradise lost, but also of paradise regained, for the garden was never truly destroyed. It simply withdrew, waiting. It waits for the echoes of pride to fade. It waits for the children of shadow to remember the light they carry within. This is the great secret of our existence. The journey is not about building a new Eden with our own hands, for any paradise born of pride is destined to fall. The true journey is inward. It is the quest to find that spark of original light within our own hearts, to nurture it, and to let it grow until it consumes the shadows of our ego. It is the path of humility, of forgiveness, of rediscovering our connection to one another and to the whole of creation. Every act of selfless love, every moment of pure compassion, every instance of forgiveness is a step back toward the gates of the garden. When we choose unity over division, empathy over judgment, and service over self-aggrandizement, we are mending the ancient fracture. We are turning our gaze away from our own reflection and toward the brilliant, unifying light that sources all things. The garden does not demand perfection. It asks only for a return. Even the fallen can rise again, for light is never truly lost. It is only forgotten. The shadow is not a substance in itself, but merely the absence of light. Where light enters, the shadow must flee. The key is not to be found in some distant land or ancient text, but within the silent chamber of the human heart. The voice of eternity whispers to us still, not from a burning bush or a parted sea, but from the depths of our own being. It calls us home.